Hey guys, are you ready to make a Han Solo Blaster? Hi everybody, I'm Amy. Welcome to my channel and thanks so much for joining me for a Star Wars inspired craft. Today I'm going to show you how to paint a replica Han Solo Blaster. And this video is a collaboration with Celtic Ruins Designs. She's going to show you how to paint a Princess Leia blaster, so check out her video after this one.
You can find links for all the materials you will need for this project in the description below the video, both on YouTube and at craftymcfangirl.com. You will need a toy gun. Bondo is optional. Sandpaper, matte black spray paint, dark silver acrylic paint, silver rub and buff, brown acrylic paint, Mod Podge matte, and a paintbrush. Start with a toy gun. The one I'm using is a Han Solo Blaster from a brand called Rubies. The first step in this repaint is optional. I like to fill in all of the screw holes with Bondo. You only need a very small amount. Combine a bit of white putty with a very small amount of the red activator cream, mixing quickly until it forms a pink paste. You will only have a few minutes of working time before it starts to harden. Mix the hardener in completely. If there's any streaks of unmixed material, it just stays sticky forever. Fill in each one of the screw holes with a dollop of paste. Then set the gun aside until the Bondo hardens. Once the Bondo has hardened, the next step is to sand it down so it's smooth. This is where you can fix any mistakes you made when applying the Bondo. And even if you skipped the Bondo step, you will still want to sand down any raised lettering on the toy. This says Made in China. On the other side, it says Ruby's Costume Company. Make sure all of the words are sanded off. Another optional step is to use a drill to open up all of the holes in the muzzle of the gun. It's not necessary, but it does add something to the prop if you want to make a realistic cosplay. Once your gun is sanded down, it's time to give it a generous coat of matte black spray paint. I'm going to do that part outside. I'll be back in 1 second. And through the magic of video, here's our spray painted and completely dry prop gun. Next, we're going to add accents with dark silver acrylic paint and silver rub and buff. Use a dry paintbrush and a small amount of acrylic paint. Use a dry brush technique to place a small amount of paint on the edges of the gun to make it look weathered and like it's seen a lot of use. Let the paint dry completely before continuing. The next step is to use rub and buff to add brighter silver accents. Rub and buff is a pigmented wax that works by warming it up between your fingers and then rubbing it onto the gun. The more you rub it, the shinier it will become. You can get a chrome-like appearance if you use enough of this product and really buff it out. But in our case, we're going for a dull silver accent. Apply it lightly and only to the corners and edges where you want a little bit of shine. Focus quite a bit of silver accent paint on the muzzle of the gun. And don't worry if you go a little bit overboard on the silver like I did. You can always go back in with a little bit of black paint on a dry brush and darken any overly shiny areas. Next, it's time to work on the handle grip. I used a hazelnut brown paint to give it a wood look. It may take a couple of coats to get opaque coverage. Make sure the black doesn't show through. Once the paint is dry, you can go in with a slightly lighter brown and give the handle some weathering and distressing around the edges and at the bottom. Let the paint dry completely before continuing. Once the paint is dry, the finishing touch is to coat the entire prop gun with Mod Podge matte. This will protect the paint from chipping without adding too much shine. You will know the Mod Podge is dry when the white color becomes completely clear. Once the Mod Podge is dry, you're ready to take on the Empire and fight for the Rebel Alliance. Or maybe you're just in it for the money. Either way, may the Force be with you.
Thanks so much for crafting with me today, guys. Have fun painting your blaster. And the technique that I showed you that works on this blaster will work on any toy to make it look like it came from the Star Wars universe. I may have gone a little crazy with blasters today. Have fun with this project, and if you do make it, I would love to see a photograph. Hashtag craftymcfangirl on Twitter or Instagram. And don't forget, this is a collaboration video with Celtic Ruins Design, so check out her video after this one. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.